Heyo everybody, Haku here with 28 Jump Week Part 2, and this time we got 4 chapters to read. We got Witch Watch Chapter 27, Neru, Way of the Martial Artist, Chapter 6, and Blue Box Chapter 17, plus Candy Flurry Chapter 16. Almost forgot that one. So yeah, again, no need for a super duper long intro or anything. Let's just read Witch Watch. Alrighty, time for Witch Watch Chapter 27, and let's see where we get carrying on this big arc. Of course, last time we had a really good fight actually with Khan and Nico Channel taking down the guy who was controlling the dogs. I forget, the Enchanter, that's what they call him, I think. So yeah, they took down that guy. That was really fun. And so now I guess all we have to do is the Keigo versus Morihito fight. And again, I think this is going to end with Keigo/Wolf becoming the familiar of Nemu. That's my prediction, that's my theory, because Nemu doesn't have a familiar, he's been looking for one. We saw Wolf save her or spare her earlier on, plus there's the whole dog and cat thing. So yeah, totally think that he's going to end up as her familiar at the end of all this. But let's see what we get with Chapter 27. What is this? This is different. Dogs and Raindrops Part 6, though. Ayako Makinose. She wasn't particularly smart or social, but she wanted to be someone. Ayako was born into a strict family and spent her school years immersed in study. Looking down on others who indulged in youthful games, she was at the top of her class after graduating, her family decided to marry her off. Okay. Weird backstory at the beginning of all this. Having doubts about her life for the first time, she left her family to live on her own. It was then that she discovered she had a special power. It was a minor ability to levitate objects a few inches without touching them. Scouring what records she could find, she concluded that her family tree had witch blood, but she was the only one in whom that blood had awakened. I'm a chosen one. That thought became an important source of solace for the lonely Ayako. Also, it fostered a sense of contempt for the people around her. Unfortunately, that power had little use and did nothing to bring her happiness. She used it mostly for shoplifting because of her poverty. Racked by powerlessness and an inflated ego, she hated others' happiness. Though her power was minuscule, she had still become a warlock. This is weird, because I thought the warlock was a guy. Huh. Near the end of her natural life, a certain person found her. Let me awaken the power sleeping within you. Who are you? So of course we're building from the smaller villain into a larger scale villain. There will be a price, of course, but bringing out your true magic ought to extend your life for a time. Die in ignominious poverty, or take your power and become one of us. Choose. I have no idea who you are, but I'll take it. I refuse to die like this. Give me the power that should have been mine. So again, become one of us. We're building up possibly like a coven of other warlocks. And so I agreed to pay the price of awakening my magic, and wound up like this. Talk about a steep price. Think about things like risk versus reward before accepting fishy deals from strangers, Kay? I didn't expect it to shrink me. You didn't even know what was going to happen? You really shouldn't do that. At least ask what the terms are before making binding pacts. Still, what a shocker. I wasn't expecting someone the size of a gotcha toy. She looks like a little caterpillar all tied up like that. And her magic pot's as tiny as a Yakult bottle. Enough. Silence, both of you brats. I was going to get my original body back as soon as our plan reached fruition. There we go. That's what we want to hear about. What the heck is this plan, huh? You're just helping a bigger group, right? Who's backing you? Oh ho ho. I'm not, so kind that I would tell you that. Hello? Think about the position you're dangling in right now. I could break you between my two littlest fingers, literally. Nico, Kanchi, Nemu showing up. So cute. I love her design. Nemu, you made it. Where are the dogs? It's alright, the spell on them broke and they all went home. Then this gotcha toy-sized caterpillar-like old lady must be the enchanter. Don't call me that! What? You knew what she looked like already. Yes, I'd gotten a glance and was rushing to come tell you when I got put into a slumber. Still, I'm glad both of you are safe. Wait, where's Morihito? We don't know. He disappeared on the way here. Our friend Keigo vanished with him too, along with a friend. I see. Is this this Keigo person is your familiar then? And a werewolf. What? Familiar? Werewolf? Yes. I suspect Keigo and Wolf are the same person. It's likely he's battling Morihito this very moment. Enchanter, take us to them now. Man, this spread! This double-page spread is incredible. Jeez, that's so good looking. Phew! Fists for pummeling, claws for slashing, and nearly animal-like quickness. It's as if he was born to fight. I thought all werewolf lineages had died out. Couldn't tell you. Both my mother and my dead father are normal humans. Maybe I'm a throwback or something. I only manifested 3 years ago. I'm still a little baby, so go easy on me, Kay. Keiko said you're a different person, but I see you still have his memories. The two of you were connected mentally in some fashion. How? He's day, I'm night. As his night side, I remember everything he does, but he doesn't know what I do. He was the one who signed the Familiars Pact, but I've been the one carrying out the plan. If I've got anything to say to him, I leave him a note on our phone. That's how I gave him the order. That's so creative. I kind of like that it's not the same person, that it's just two separate personalities living in this body. And like the details of him having to leave a note, Keigo signing the pact because he's the one that wanted the help. Like, I really like this, the way this aspect is being written. I told him to get close to you guys, and extract all the info we could on the witch and her bodyguards. Ah, that's why you suddenly started talking to me so much. You said you have all of your Dayside's memories, correct? Then tell me, what did it feel like to deceive me? And he freezes up. Alright. Were you laughing at me on the inside? Good question. I'm aware that I'm antisocial. According to Nico, I don't seem interested in other people, making me difficult to approach. She isn't wrong. I've never gone out of my way to make friends. So, I was pretty happy, you know, that we got to be friends. I just noticed his shirt is Con Nico channel. I love it. Shut up. Not only that, don't think I didn't notice that afternoon. It feels like I have friends, I guess. I saw tears in your eyes when you said that. I don't remember that. And they square off again. You must have realized by now you can't beat me one-on-one. You successfully split me off, so you've as good as won. Even the big bad wolf was smarter than that. Ha, quit fronting. I've beaten the crap out of you already. Now to finish you off. And he slips. Huh? Slime lotion, gel amoebas. So cute. Nemo is adorable. And then, I see, you never planned on your warlock getting defeated. Ogre Qigong, lightning burst. Yes, you're my match one-on-one. You're not better though, I'll never admit that. But, I have friends. This is over. Damn it. Nico, Moi, I'm sorry. I think I might have used up all my magic. I'm going to need a minute to recover. Now we're both short on magical backup. And he stands back up. Weren't you getting strength from the drops? Hell no, I don't need drugs. It's just you and me now. Let's finish this. Keigo is so cool. God, he's so cool. I love this character. What a great series. Like, Witch Watch went to me from like, it's a nice slice of life that I read every week and it's just, whatever. Sometimes the chapter's really funny and stuff. Sometimes it's like pretty good, but there's no like big, deep story to it. Like, I liked the little character moments with Khan and with Nico mostly. I feel like Morihito really didn't get all that much. But ever since we started on this arc, it's been like all these little things from previous chapters are coming back into play. The characters are getting developed like crazy. There's this exciting story going on. The world building is actually being built, whereas before it was just really not even important in comparison to just spending all our time on the slice of life stuff. So I think if you came into this series and you loved just the slice of life and just the romance, you might be disappointed with the sort of like world building and the fights. Sorry, I'm trying to hold in a hiccup. But with the world building and with the fights, you might be a little bit disappointed in that because it's a change of pace. But for me, I liked what it was before, and now I love what it is now because I love expanding upon the world building. I love the way that characters outside of the main cast have been so deeply developed. I love the way that the main cast has been so much more deeply developed. And I feel like the amount of work done in the story in the past, like, 8 or so chapters is better. Like, there's been so much more that's happened in the past 8 or so chapters than has happened in the entire series before that, in terms of just progress with the characters and knowing and understanding them more and seeing them change and become more fully realized people. It's like so cool. So yeah, I have nothing but praise for this current storyline, and I really hope the series carries on like this, because it feels like with this storyline, or even a little bit before, like with the introduction of Nemu and some of the stuff that was building up to this storyline, and like making Keigo more important, everything like that, it feels like this series has like really truly started, and I hope we don't slide back too much. Of course, I'm totally up for more slice of life romance stuff, but to me, that slice of life romance stuff has to also serve a greater narrative, to be as good as it is now. So yeah, Witch Watch is incredible right now. It was an amazing, amazing chapter. I'm loving the characters. The artwork was great. The fighting was great. Which is, again, there was barely any fighting in the early parts of the series, and now there's more. And not only is there more, but the fighting's really, really good. So yeah, I have nothing but huge praise for Witch Watch right now. And with that in mind, I'm going to move on to Neru. Okay, now we're on to Chapter 6 of Neru, Way of the Martial Artist. And yeah, of course, excited as always to read. I'm liking this exam arc a lot. I love those kinds of arcs I've mentioned before. And just generally, the way that the series is being written is really satisfying. So yeah, let's see what we get this time. With Skill 6, Leaves a Bad Taste. Oh, and of course, Neru got the scarf, so yeah, I wonder what the next part of this is going to be. Who on earth? This is one series, though, where some of the other series I'm reading, they repeat names enough, or I guess names are prominent enough, that I remember them more easily. I really don't remember other than, like, Neru, because the main character is the series' name. Other than Neru, I find it really hard to remember a lot of the other characters' names. I'm still really trying to get used to it, because they very, very rarely say their names. So it's like difficult for me to adjust, you know, here in the early days. Of course, again, we're only 6 chapters in, so that's kind of to be expected. Who on earth? You. What? The bell. It's already rung more than 60 times. We better hurry or we might not make it. Are you that oblivious? Huh? That voice. Give that back. Dude, time to let it go. You're the weakest guy we've encountered today. And we got the guys who were stealing tests. Hey, these look right. Toriichi. I knew it. That guy who was next to me. What's going on? They're stealing his answer sheet. Reducing exam competition and potentially raising their academic standing in class. I guess that's one strategy. But that's cheating. And it's mean. Robbing someone of their hard work. Take the memory of this pain home with you as a souvenir. And they start beating him up. A weakling like you would just experience more pain here anyway. The Yamanami faction. I guess the rumors of their nastiness are true. I feel sorry for him, but there's no time to help him. Don't give me that. You're better off giving up and seeking a different path. And then it looks like we have Neru coming in to help. You're out of line. Who are you? That idiot. This isn't his fight. Why is he butting in? Sorry, but I've got my own exam to pass here. Hey, look what he's wearing. I like this character is giving me Ida vibes from the exam portion at the beginning of Hero Academia. Hey, look what he's wearing. Well, well, lucky us. Watch out, they're also targeting examinees for scarves too. Why would you sabotage someone instead of competing with them? We're all martial artists here. What are you, stupid? This is a test, not a match. We're just choosing the most effective and reliable strategy. We didn't break any rules. Maybe not. But don't you think this is going too far? We're teaching him the harsh realities of the martial arts world. You're about to learn a lesson too, about how dumb it is to take on a group of guys alone. Shoot, I don't have time for this. Fine. I don't like you. What's he doing? Oh, this is really cool. All he has to do is ring the bell. This is too much suspense. They've got him on the run. If he stops running, they'll immediately surround him. What now? Maybe he's not running away. He's baiting them. Like fish on a line. He's lining them up in a row to take them out one at a time. It's a standard tactic for fighting multiple opponents. He moves surprisingly well. However, that thicket is full of thorns. There's no room for swinging a staff. They cornered me instead. These guys are experienced fighters. This leaves a bad taste in my mouth. So much for the techniques I've honed. Tell me, is martial arts about bullying to you? You got in another fight? And we have a flashback. So cool. They made fun of us for not having a gas line. Fight all you want, but don't use martial arts for that. Martial arts are for learning about yourself through your opponent. I know you don't understand now, but remember this. Martial arts isn't about asserting dominance. The martial artist I want to be, to teach us use my clothes as a step. His ear. Doesn't beat up on helpless opponents or rob people of their work. Using his toes to throw, ever. Nagi wa Shinryu, Koklia toss. And they're shocked. He pulls them in. How many was that? 96, only 12 more spots. Hand over those answer sheets and scarves. And he gives them back to Toriichi, was that his name? Shoot, this is bad. I still don't know where to go. Wait, that's the wrong way. I'm pretty sure there's only one gate that leads to the top. You know where the bell is. Alright, exam submission. He still hasn't made it. We're past 100. What's he doing? Teehee, this sure is fun. Hey, is that? Straight this way. Yeah, after the big gate, you just follow the path. And we have the two of them charging through. Coming through, and they have a horse. I don't believe this. A horse. What the hell? Random horse? What a great chapter, though. That was really, 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 really good. So, yeah. Great chapter and all. I'm very excited to see, sorry. Got distracted by something. To see where this goes next. I'm really loving this arc, and I don't know if we're going to have like another round or anything, or if this is just it. But yeah, that was, I think, one of the coolest chapters that really, really made me like the main character a lot. But also the other guy who we've been developing a lot through this exam. I like that he ran off saying, I need to pass the exam. I can't fight other people's fights, because I think that that's building up a lot of room for character development in the future. Again, it's very similar, like I said, to Ida in the early days of Hero Academia. So yeah, really cool chapter. Gonna move on now to Blue Box. Alright, now we have chapter 17 of Blue Box, and yeah, let's see where this storyline goes now. We've gotten a lot of development for Hina recently, who is like the best character in my opinion. So I guess let's see where that goes. I can't tell if we're heading into a love triangle or not. I feel like that is the most generic, likely thing that we always see. But it's also something that I don't hope for because Hina's been such an incredible friend, such an amazing friend to Taiki. I think the best way to develop this, instead of doing something that we've all seen a million times, would be to have Taiki do the same for her. Taiki be an amazing friend to her the way that she is to him. I think would go so far for developing the main character and also, again, sort of steer us away from the love triangle that even like I read the comments after reading a lot of the time for most chapters, and even like the comments since the beginning of Blue Box basically have been like, please no love triangle, please no love triangle, because it's just something that like is almost never enjoyable to read, and it's something that at this point happens like all the time. So yeah, I don't think it's something that anybody really wants to see. So I guess let's see where we go with this development, where it takes us. So we're starting off with Hina again. Chapter 17, No Problems. She messed up again. She's been doing that a lot lately. Oh my, oh my. Chono, are you feeling unwell or something? I'm regretting it now. Actually, I stayed up real late watching this show last night. She's not on her game. That's unusual. Sleep's important. Sorry. I binge-watched this foreign drama. No matter how nervous she gets, she always performs flawlessly. Huh? That tells me she's definitely not feeling well. What are you looking at? Pay up. 3,000 yen. Yeah, now that you mention it. Or she might be mad at you. It's okay, it's okay. This is how things should be. If Taiki gets too friendly with a girl like me, it might turn Chinatsu off from him. All the better that we maintain a safe distance as acquaintances. If they're living together, I've got no place to butt in. It'd only be worse if I got in the way. Let's go water the flowers. No need to yell like that. I'll put our friendship on hold for a little while. I apologized, and she stacked jump magazines on my lap. What exactly happened there? Man, what a tragic character. Again, in the best character by a long shot in this series. Hina, why don't you take a break? Even if the tournament's coming up, you're pushing yourself too hard. Failure's the backbone of success. I'm fine, I swear. Gosh, she's such a well-written character. But I will go freshen up a little. Even though I said that, everyone's worried about me. Pathetic. Even though I put on the act of an unshakable confidence, I've got to pull myself together. Ugly little bore. Oh? Looking at the sign, Miss Chono, Mr. Vice Principal. Well, well, I just read it, the newspaper article interviewing you. I must say, not only are your skills at gymnastics outstanding, but even the way you answered those questions, thank you so much. How have things been lately on the performance floor? There's a big tournament coming up, isn't there? No problems. Is that so? Well, great. Fantastic. Truly fantastic. Well, you certainly have a firm sense of self-discipline, just as I'd expect from the daughter of the great Hirohiko Chono. After all, he was a member of the Japanese Olympics team. So we just get more and more development of all this pressure on her and how much she's going through and how nobody is there for her. Geez. Why you doing this, Blue Box? Will your father come to school someday? We'd love for him to drop by and say hello. I'll talk to him. Please do. I say, quite a star, quite a star. Ugh. And of course we see this all stacked on her here. More and more things keep weighing me down. I'm not that great a person. I'm just a regular first year in high school. It's times like these I'd love to shoot the breeze with someone who's ridiculously straight-laced, who only ever thinks about moving forward. You can do it. Oh? And then she runs off. That's right. I have to figure things out on my own. Man, it's so sad. And again, I can't blame Taiki because again, you can't be a mind reader. He can't know everything that she's going through. It's just so frustrating because I want him to have that moment where he stands up for her and he's there for her. the way that she's been for him throughout the whole series so far. Oh good, she looks like she's got her stride back. Got it. I didn't mess up today, though I'm still uneasy. First I have to get through regional preliminaries. Forgot something. If I can just work out the kinks in time for the national tournament. I'll be right back. And is that... I don't think that's Haku. It's just some random guy runs into her and she rolls her ankle down. Jeez, I'm going to cry from this, aren't I? Fuck. I'm so sorry. You okay? I'm so invested in her in a way that I'm not for the rest of the characters. This is her story. I was just... What are you doing? It hurts. What do I do? Did I sprain it? Maybe if I tape it up. What do I do? But if I get distracted by the pain... Hey, are you okay? I'm already not doing so well as it is. What do I do? Can you stand? And Taiki, is it your left ankle? Let's get you to the nurse's office, just to be safe. Here, grab my shoulder. And yes, I'm okay, thanks. I'm fine. I can get there on my own. Come on, you wouldn't want Chinatsu to catch us like this. What? Who cares about that right now? Oh man, dear enough. For always walking around with a look that says, I'm the great Hina, center of the universe. You're wasting your energy with silly thoughts when it really counts. I'll go tell the teacher. Thanks. Right now you should be putting yourself first, Hina. Now grab on. Up we go. Stop it. I don't want this. I don't want to notice these feelings. God, until that last line, this was like the best chapter. Just because, please don't make Hina have a crush on him. That would, her character development is so incredible. And I feel like that just flushes all of this amazing writing down the drain. Because nobody wants another generic love triangle. So I'm really, really hoping that's not what this leads to. Again, Hina's just such an incredibly written character, and I love the way, he brings it up. For somebody that walks around acting all high and mighty, you really, think so many silly things, and, gosh, just him being there for her and caring about her is so good. It's not as much of an, sort of internal emotional character moment that I want him to have, but it's still so good and she's so well written, and I really feel like her having romantic feelings for him would throw so much of that down the drain. So again, Blue Box is just this story of so many good pieces, but the author seems to want to tell a not great story with those pieces. Yeah, just from the beginning, all the stuff about putting sports and how good he is at sports ahead of his actual human relationships. It's just such an unhealthy mindset that it feels like the series is being written from the stance of. Because it feels from the beginning where it's I'm not going to be worthy of being with her unless I do this good at sports. And the reason that she's so good and that I want to have her as a girlfriend isn't because I like her. It's part of it is, oh, she's so good at sports. And I feel like that's such a shallow way to look at things. And it feels like that is the way it feels like. And again, I've been hoping since the beginning of the series to be proven wrong, but it feels like that's actually the way that the mangaka's writing the series. Actually, the angle they're approaching it from is he could talk to Chinatsu on a human level. They live together. They could just hang out. They could just have fun. They could just enjoy each other's company. But instead, it's oh no, being nice to this person isn't what makes you worth dating to them. Winning a badminton match is what makes you worth going to the aquarium with. Getting to know Chinatsu isn't what makes you worthy of being with her. Being good at sports is what makes you worthy of being with her. So if some other guy wins the national championship, she just belongs to him because that's the way we treat people, apparently. So yeah, and it feels unironically, seriously, that is the way that the mangaka is looking at things. And it's been such an unhealthy mindset from the start, for the characters and from the angle that the series is being written, that if it keeps being written that way, like I'm I'm probably going to stick with it to the end, but I'm definitely, if it keeps going like that, and like if we devolve into some just generic love triangle, I'm probably going to drop it from Jump Week if nobody wants to see my reactions to it. But yeah, it's just frustrating when there are so many good aspects and so many things that the mangaka's good at, like using facial expressions and just panels with no dialogue to explain what a character's feeling or to show subtle emotions that they're hiding. There's so many good pieces, Hina's character development, but the overall story has just seemingly, and again, I'm hoping to be proven wrong, seemingly been like just extremely flawed and warped and, bad from the start. So again, we'll just have to see. As long as people still want to see my reactions, I'll keep reacting. But eventually, if it gets to a certain point, I'm probably just going to be like, okay, I'm dropping this from Jump Week. But we'll see. We'll see where things go. I definitely think, like, compared to other stuff in Jump/Jump Plus right now, I always rank Blue Box as one of the bottom. Like, it's not the worst thing in Jump, and it's not necessarily bad either. Like, there are a lot of things I like about it. But the issue with Blue Box is like every single other, you see my reactions if you watch all of Jump Week and not just like this one series. My reactions to everything else, I love reading everything else every single time. I love it. There are very few instances where I'm like, okay, I have a criticism about this, I have a criticism about that, but I still love the series as a whole. I still think it's incredible, like 7 or 8 out of 10 or higher as a whole, whereas Blue Box, a lot of the time I'm just like, oh, well, that wasn't very good, that wasn't very good. So while I love a lot about Blue Box, it is very different from the other things I read for Jump Week, in that while everything else is like incredibly good, Blue Box is hit and miss, and it's always been hit and miss. So yeah, I guess that is it. Again, I think that gives more to talk about, though. Like here, I've just had a huge discussion on this chapter, whereas others I was like, oh yeah, I loved it. There's not much to talk about because I loved everything. Here, having criticisms does give me a bunch to discuss because I have to explain like why I'm not totally into this idea or that idea. Whereas everything else is like nearly flawless to me. That doesn't mean it's like perfect, amazing, the best thing ever, but it means that I don't really have any huge complaints either way. But yeah, that is it for Blue Box. Gonna move on to Candy Flurry to finish this out. Okay, let's finish 28 Jump Week with Candy Flurry, Chapter 16. Only 3 more chapters left after this, sadly, because it's really good, so let's just see what we get. We have Misaki, or Tsumugi, not Misaki, Tsumugi coming in for the attack with her lollipop. A lollipop with a white stick. A white stick. He remembers back. Chapter 16, the same as before. Hey, you're the one who jabbed me from the ceiling. And she wipes them out. Is that right? Not an ounce of remorse. Senpai, how did you know I didn't run away? I was thinking it'd be nice if you were around. You took that risk in the middle of battle? Irie's the best. But you're here. I'm sorry. Like, the characters and the dialogue is so extremely well written in this series that I really hope the mangaka gets to do something else after this. I'm sorry. I was watching you fight from inside when it looked like you were struggling. I thought people would see me if I came out. I was worried they'd find out my true identity. I shouldn't have hesitated. Tsumugi. You have two Tsumugi. That's rare. Tsumugi means hair whirl. What is she talking about? Oh, I just noticed, so I'm pointing it out. But it's not a weird thing. Tsumugi. It's normal to not want people to hate you. Oh, that. But you always suppress those feelings while using your powers for others. That's amazing. Everyone will understand that you're a kind person. I'm sure of it. Tsumuji, Tsumugi, Tsumu. Did she just call me Tsumuji? Tsumuji. Yep, she just did. Trying to remember her name and getting it wrong. Irie is brilliant. How do you can this series? It's so smart. It's so good. Thank you for your help. Irie-senpai. They've dropped their guard. Attack. Hold on. Isn't that rude? I love this guy. I love all the villains' personality quirks. They're so good. It's okay to take hostages, but it's not okay to attack them now? No, it's not. He's right. Sorry about that. I can fight. Thanks for waiting. Sure thing. This is a 2-on-3 battle. What do you think? No problem. So cool. Ouch. Oh, and we go into a flashback. Wasn't today's needle a lot bigger? We've been getting more shots lately, too. You done over here? Look, I can make these pebbly things come out of my body now. Oh? Pop Rocks guy? What the heck? Not cool. They are too. When are these toy candy experiments gonna end? When this is over, I'm gonna use my powers to beat up bad guys. And we'll be done with these loser clothes too. I'm gonna make my own clothes. Cool. I want to be popular. Okay, pebbly things. Are those the popcorn kernels though? Actually, is that the popcorn Bakugo guy? I want to be popular with the girls. How about you, Amato? I. Oh. The government's going to be checking out the facilities. Looks like we won't be able to continue our research. We're so close to finishing the candy. What horrible timing. Even the government will have to recognize us when they see our technology. It won't matter if 1 or 2 test subjects die. Strengthen the treatment, ignore the side effects, finish developing the toy candy. You're finally awake. Damn it. What's gonna happen to us? Amato will save us again. Same as last time. And we have, of course, the destroyed, city. Good work, Irie. Thanks. We'll arrest the 4 candy users. It's a shame. We're never going to get the 5 Stella Entremets developed. We're never going to get the slow build of introducing powers. Instead, we're just having all this experimental stuff thrown at us from the beginning. Damn. Alright. Good work, Irie. Thanks. We'll arrest the 4 candy users. Don't you mean 3? Gum, Gummy, and Cookie. The lollipop user makes 4. I see. So the deal has changed. Should I take this as rebellion against the reset? Depends on your interpretation. Then make that 5. Of course, and for the last 3 chapters, of course, we got our rush to the end. Man, such a shame. Such a disappointment. Why does Jump have to cancel all the good series? Guess that's it. Thank you so much for watching. What a bummer to end on. First, a great chapter with a kind of sour ending of Blue Box, and now, a great chapter of Candy Flurry, but every good chapter is going to be bittersweet, I guess. No pun intended, pun intended, I have no idea, honestly, what my intentions are with that. Bittersweet because I know that it's ending very, very soon, and that sucks. So, yeah. I guess that's it for this Jump Week. Kind of bummed out right now. If you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of these chapters or my thoughts and reactions. Subscribe for more of all of this, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, ask and I'll give you one. And if you want to help support the channel on Patreon, it is patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description. Either way, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.